Alrighty, hello everybody. So today we are going to be talking some more video notes. So if you want to go ahead, get out your notes, turn to 2.3a. So we're going to be factoring trinomials when a is greater than 1. So what we're talking about are situations like number 1 right here. Now, it's important to point out that the 4 steps we talked about yesterday, so I still have my notes here from yesterday, might as well look at them. So the 4 steps from yesterday, looking for GCF, X method, expressing your answer as a product of 2 binomials, and then multiplying to check your answer. All of these are still in effect. Notice we didn't give you guys any new steps. All these are different types of examples. So now, when I look at number 1, first thing to look for is GCF. Now GCF, let's see, 2, 5, and 2. I don't think any of those 3 numbers share a factor, period, other than number 1, and we're not going to take a 1 out of there because that doesn't really do anything. So let's go ahead, let's jump right into number 1, which is to then go into step number 2, which is X method. So X method tells me, hey, take the first times the last. So A times C, 2 times 2, that gives me 4. And then whatever B is, that goes on bottom. So now we're looking at examples where I'm not just taking that last number and putting it on top. Most of the time yesterday, that's what we were doing. That last number just went on top of our X, but not anymore. So you're making sure that it's A times C. That goes on top. And then whatever B is, that goes on bottom. So we're looking for 2 numbers, multiply, give me 4. Add to give me -5. That sounds a lot like -1 and -4. So my answer almost is X minus 1. And X minus 4. Now, what I'm going to tell you is anytime that number is not 1, we need to use something called the divide and slide, or I like to say drop and slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to take whatever that leading coefficient is, so in this case it's a 2, and we're going to drop that below and divide our factors by it. So notice now we're creating these fractions. Now, good thing is we don't really have to keep them as fractions. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, hey, can 1 be divided by 2? No, it can't. So now it's going to slide over and attach to my X. Now, with my second binomial, 4 can be divided by 2, so I'm going to divide them. That gives me X minus 2. So this right here would be my final answer. Right, so here's my final answer here. It's 2x minus 1 times x minus 2. Now, that would lead me into step 4, which is now checking my answer. So when I check my answer, it's going to be 2x times x, that's 2x squared. 2x times -2, that's -4x. So I'm distributing. Now let's distribute in the -1. So -1 times x, that's -1x. -1 times -2, that's +2. And then adding together like terms here, that gives me 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. That gave me my original trinomial back, so this would be my final answer, 2x minus 1 times x minus 2. So just making sure you're checking your answer with that step number 4. Now let's go ahead, let's take a look at another one. So number 2 here, we don't have any greatest common factor here other than 1, so that means we're going to go right into X method. So X method, again, that tells me take A times C, 15 times -2 is -30. And then we have a +1 on the bottom. So we're looking for 2 numbers, multiply, give me -30, add to give me 1. That sounds a lot like 6 and -5. So my almost answer would be x plus 6, x minus 5. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab that 15 and we are going to divide it into my factors here. Now what's going to happen here is we're going to simplify these fractions. So for example, x plus 6 over 15, that reduces to give me 2 over 5. And then it's x minus 5 over 15, that reduces to give me 1 over 3. So I'm going to shift those denominators over to give me my final answer, which is 5x plus 2. And 3x minus 1. So that would be my final answer. I'm going to skip step 4 just because you guys can see I'm running out of room here, but that would give me this original trinomial back if I were to show you guys step 4 there. So you'll just have to trust me on that. Trust me, bro, I got it, okay? So 5x plus 2 and 3x minus 1, that would be my final answer there. So the big thing today is just using that divide and slide or drop and slide theorem there. So now, let's go ahead. Let's take a look, just a couple more here. So a couple more here. Let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 here, looks like we have 3x squared plus 10x plus 8. Well, always first step, look for GCF. For number 3, let's see, 3, 10, and 8. Those don't share any common factors other than the number 1. So we can go right into X method. So X method tells me, okay, take A times C. Well, 3 times 8 is 24. And then on bottom is going to be a positive 10. That sounds a lot like 6 and 4. So 6 and 4 are going to be my factors almost. Remember, we do have to now drop that leading coefficient down and divide it. So let's see, 8x plus 6 over 3. Well, 6 over 3, that becomes 2. And then 4 over 3, that can't reduce, so I'm just going to shift that 3 right back over. So it's going to be 3x plus 4. So here would be my final answer there. Okay. Similarly, with number 4, no GCF to pull out other than number 1. We'll skip that. As if you pull out number 1, you just get this exact same trinomial back. So let's go right into X method. So it's 5 times positive 6. That gives me positive 30. And then negative 17 on bottom here. So we're looking at 2 numbers multiplied, give me negative 17. Or sorry, 2 numbers multiplied, give me 30. Add to give me negative 17. So it sounds a lot like negative 2 and negative 15. So it's going to be x minus 2 and x minus 15. So now I'm going to drop that leading coefficient down. So let's see, 2 over 5, that can't reduce. So I'm going to shift my denominator right back over here. I'm going to slide it right back over. So now it's 5x minus 2. 15 over 5, that does reduce though. That gives me 3. So that would be my final answer for number 4 there. So now with that, let's go ahead. Let's give you guys a little pause here. Let's try out A and B, and then I'll give you guys the answer here in a second. But let's go ahead. Let's try out A and B. Alrighty, guys. So here are my answers for A and B. So for A, I got x minus 2 times 3x plus 5. And for B, I got 2x plus 9 times x minus 3. So now, before we hop off here, guys, and get into homework time, I'm pretty sure, yep, because the next page is 2.3b. But let's go ahead, let's talk about some SAT questions here. So number 5, it asks, hey, which of the following is a factor of 6x squared plus 13x minus 5? Well, in order to figure out if any of those are factors, let's go ahead, let's factor it. So it's 6x squared plus 13x minus 5. Now, no GCF to pull out, so let's go right into X method. So it's negative 30. That's 6 times negative 5, and then positive 13 on bottom. So that sounds a lot like 15 and negative 2. So that's going to be x plus 15 and x minus 2. So now we're going to drop that 6 on down. So let's see, those do reduce to give me 5 over 2 and 1 over 3. So now my denominators are going to shift over. So my factors for this one are going to be 2x plus 5 and 3x minus 1. So that would be D. D for number 5. So D, 2x plus 5 there. Now, let's go ahead, let's check out number 6. So number 6, which of the expressions is /r a factor, as it could be both of them, but let's go ahead, let's find out. So we're looking at 3x squared plus 20x minus 63. Now again, first step, GCF. I don't think there's a GCF to pull out of here other than 1, 320. Yeah, there's no GCF other than 1, so we'll go right into X method. So X method, it's 3 times negative 63. Let's just double check that. Yep, that's negative 189. And then positive 20 goes on the bottom here. So this is where I'm going to get out my calculator. We're going to plug and chug a little bit. So let's see. Let's try 189 divided by, I don't know, let's try 13 to start. 189 divided by 14. No, that's not going to work. Let's try it anyway. Yeah, okay. I guess let's go smaller. Let's try smaller. Ooh, that's a good. I accidentally hit on that one, but 189 divided by 7, that gives me 27, which is interesting because if I keep the 27 positive but make that 7 negative, now they do in fact add to positive 20. So now we can go ahead and make our factors here. So it's x plus 27 and x minus 7. So I'm going to drop that 3 down here now because it is anything other than 1. Let's see, 27 over 3, that does reduce to 9. And negative 7 over 3, that doesn't reduce, so it's going to be 3x minus 7. So that would just be number 2 only. Only the 3x minus 7. We don't have x minus 9 showing up here. Now, last one here before we're all done with our notes for today. Number 7 was the factor form of the expression 5x squared plus 13x minus 6. Well, let's see. We got to go ahead, just like we've done before already a couple times. We got to factor it. Now, no GC have to pull out other than number 1, which we're not going to pull out the number 1. That's just a waste of time. So let's go ahead. Let's go right into x method. So x method says, hey, a times c. So negative 30 is going to be on top, positive 13 on bottom. So that sounds a lot like 15 and negative 2. So it's going to be x plus 15, x minus 2. And now I'm going to drop that 5 down. So it's going to be x plus 3 times 5x minus 2. So that's going to be B. So it doesn't actually matter what the order of those factors are, just as long as they are the exact same factors. So notice they have a 5x minus 2 and an x plus 3 there. Okay, so that's why my answer for number 7 is B. But that is all I have for you guys for the notes for today. So that was 2.3a. Make sure to grab the homework before you guys leave. I hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see ya.